Hey guys, I've been looking around and noticed there isn't very much King of Avalon Solar Kingdoms content available. That being said, I wanted to make a quick guide with some tips for spending and how to make the most out of your investments. Plus, we can learn from the mistakes I have made playing the game. First, I want to go over what I think is worth buying, and then I'll get around to what I advise against. Here, I have a relatively new account to showcase some of the early and most important bundles. To kick off the list, I want to start off with the single most important thing to buy, the Extra Builder, which can be found in the top right there. The Extra Builder will run you $4.99 US and gives you a second builder allowing you to construct 2 buildings at once along with some speed ups and resources that will really go a long way at the start of the game. If you were to only buy one thing, this would be my recommendation. Without it, it essentially slows down your game progress so much later on especially. For example, if you have your stronghold building and it's 10 days left, you cannot do anything with the rest of your buildings. You're just kind of sitting there. It's just a great quality of life purchase. Next, one of the best hero related bundles, which is also available really early, is the first recharge bundle, which is right here as well. It comes with wood, speed ups, the hero Evaine, and hero XP to level her up. This will run you only 99 cents US, and it's a killer deal, and Evaine just increases productivity overall. Let's take a look at her skills. So I'm going to hop over to my other account real quick. All right. So here I have my other account, and here we are with her skills. She has 6 skills. 2 are related to building speed ups, which are the first 2. 3 are related to troops, so you get an increase in troop capacity building. You get a healing speed up, and you get a troop train time decrease, as well as research time decrease. It's just all the abilities are great, and they make a huge difference in the long run. But it's also really nice to have early on. I wouldn't say this is an absolute must in my book, since you can get her for free, but it takes my number 2 spot just because of how cheap it is. Like, I usually have $1 sitting in my Play Store balance left over from something else anyways. The third thing I want to mention would be located in the War and Aid Center at the top, and it is the Growth Fund. I don't remember exactly when this unlocks. I believe it's Stronghold 8, but it is fairly early on. It looks something like this. This isn't a screenshot from King of Avalon, it's from Guns of Glory, another similar game from the developer of Avalon. I generally don't recommend buying gold, and I'll get to that later, but 30,000 gold for $4.99 US is a pretty great deal. However, I should mention that with this, you don't get the gold right away, but instead you get it after completing some simple tasks. They're not very difficult, but they are time related, so if you don't complete them in time, you will not get the full reward. But being honest, when I was first playing, and when I finally noticed a growth fund and purchased it, I was already past the point where I could just collect all the gold at once. It's not really hard at all, and it's just a good deal. I couldn't find a screenshot of the Grow Fund for King of Avalon. This was the only thing I could find, so I want to thank Guns of Glory Royal Gaming on YouTube, who had this as a video thumbnail. I'll link the original source in the description. However, I did not watch the video, so I cannot vouch on the content. The next thing I want to talk about, which I'm going to bring this right down, is the daily deal, since we're already here. So 2 to 3 times a week, you have a daily deal that is 99 cents for 3k gold. And along with this, you usually have resources, some kind of speed ups, whether it's building or training, like that is today we have building. And just for 99 cents, 3,000 gold and speed ups alone is a great deal. So I would always check on these, but I don't always recommend buying them. That's one of my very easy purchases that I think is something you should check every day. The last big purchase on my list goes to the Glorious Journey event. So this happens once every 2 weeks, maybe 3, somewhere around there. And everybody has a free tier where you just complete the chat task and you can get the free rewards. But there's 2 upgrade tiers. You have the Special Signet and the Glorious Signet. And the first one will run you $1.99 US, and the second one will run you $2.99 US if I remember correctly. Might be $3.99, but I don't remember because I always just buy them both back to back. These are really good at giving you boost early on, and you can get heroes, you can get harvest set ingots, which are great for productivity, speed ups, resources, and another really good thing is you get 2 of these glory keys if you buy both levels, which 3 glory keys alone are $4.99. So it's just a good deal right off the bat. I was originally going to open 2 chests for you, but the first time I recorded this, I didn't have audio recording, so my voiceover was over, and I got an Ice Lord set, and I got 2 of them out of the chest back to back, and I was so happy, but there was no audio, so I'm kind of upset I can't share, but it's actually a really good thing. You can get speed ups, you can get resources, you can get gear. They're wonderful, but it's really luck based. So you can get nothing at all. So that's really all of the things I really recommend spending on. However, I have 2 honorable mentions. My first one is more along the lines of if you really want to spend money on something you're just feeling a little frisky, research is never a bad thing to dump money into, just because no matter what you do with research, it'll always be there. It's not going to get updated and removed by something newer or flashier. You'll always have these research to complete. Like, it'll always be there, and whatever you do here is a safe bet, and it's just a worthy investment. So always, if you're going to spend money and you want to spend on something you're not going to feel bad about, research is a good thing. The second honorable mention I have is actually the most expensive thing I have on the list, and it's also available in the Warren Aid Center. It's the Alliance Boost. So the Alliance Boost gives you a lot of Ninja Merit, which we can use in the Alliance store to buy a lot of nice little goodies. Hero Shards, Dragon Skill Orbs, and it's kind of hard to recommend because it's situational. Like, I would not buy this if you are not in a good, strong alliance that's growing, or or you just are under alliance rank 3 because there's not really much stuff that's worth it. However, it also is $9.99 a month, so it can quickly ramp up in price if you're playing the game for a while. But it does give you nice bonuses, like getting you the double amount of merit you can gain every day, so you can get a lot of stuff out of the Alliance store. So it's really your call. I do it because I appreciate the bonuses, and it's just a nice little boost to have on the side. But that's my last honorable mention. Now, I want to move on to what I don't recommend spending money on. And the same way with the things I did recommend, I'm going to start with the things I absolutely don't recommend and go to a little more okay. So first thing I absolutely don't recommend, and this is the easy choice, is to buy the gold by itself. I could be incorrect here, so maybe it's just because I've never done it, but so you see here you have 700 gold for $4.99, and you get a first time purchase 400 gold. That gets you 1100 gold for $4.99. Okay, so if I go to anything else that's a $4.99 bundle, you get 1,000 gold plus all the stuff in the bundle anyways. So you're getting the gold and stuff to help you out for the same price, and you're actually just getting more. So maybe if you, I don't know if it's like you buy the gold and it increases in value every time you buy it, or what. I don't see any reason why anybody would ever buy it gold straight alone. If you know why, please inform me. I just have not had the desire to spend the money on this on it because it doesn't seem like a good sense. Okay, now that's out of the way. My second don't, and I want to mention this one has lost me the most, is troops. Troops are temporary thing, and as soon as you realize that in this game, it changes a lot. It's very tempting to spend a lot of money and train a lot of troops just so you have a huge army. But one mistake, leaving your shield down or missing one bad attack because you didn't see somebody reinforced, can wipe all the money you've invested, your entire army, and you start from square one. And not only that, early tier troops really, I don't think, are worth spending money to get. I've done all this above and I've regretted it because now I realize it's just not worth it. So even if you do get speed ups for events or you buy them, I would save them till you're at least Stronghold 30 when you unlock tier 10 troops, because I feel like they're the troops you can sort of push into the late game no matter what. The next thing on my list is buying resources. Food, wood, iron, silver. This is kind of a strange one since everything requires them, and I sure have made these purchases, and I've made them and not regretted them. So, like, if I'm in war and I need to heal really quick, I've purchased food. But for the majority of the time, there's no reason to buy the resources. There's no reason to rush. There's resources everywhere, and what's going to happen is you're going to buy the resources, you're going to start building stuff, you're going to have resources, and you're going to run out of speed ups. You're like, oh man, I have a lot of resources but no speed ups, so you're going to buy speed ups. Then you're going to run out of resources, and you're like, oh man, I have speed ups and no resource. It's just a cycle, and you're going to end up spending more and more. So I would just recommend staying away from buying resources unless it's super time urgent, like you're in a war and you need to heal 100k troops and you need 34 million food or something like that, you know. But otherwise, I highly, highly, highly recommend staying away from buying resources. It's not cost effective at all. Now, the next one might be a little controversial, but I'm only putting it on this because I do not see it worth it in the long run. And I'm grouping three things together: equipment, gemstone, and dragon emblems. So, with these things, you have new tiers that are released a couple weeks later, and they kind of just blow out any reason to spend on the previous tiers. And it just kind of makes your spending feel like a waste. So that's why I do not recommend spending on these. You can get all this stuff for free, so just play it out and work a little harder and don't waste money on stuff that's just going to be replaced. I've done it, I felt burnt, and it left a bad taste in my mouth. So the equipment, the gemstones, and the dragons, I just do not recommend spending money on them at all. The final really thing that it's kind of half and half because I'm not saying don't spend on heroes. So the final thing is talking about heroes. So there's four heroes in particular I recommend you do not spend anything at all. So the first two are Ingraine, Igraine, the Peerless, and the Red Knight. So these two are replaced really, really early on. And like honestly, I wouldn't even recommend spending hero XP or your skill XP on these because they're replaced by heroes who are so much better, which are Gorlois and Bors the Elder. These two heroes are significantly better than the ones they replace, and it's just terrible if you actually spend money on the first two heroes. Complete waste. Now, when you get to the second two, Uther and Gawain, I can understand spending some XP and hero skill on them because they are really good early game heroes. But as soon as Lancelot and King Arthur's Soul come out, they are obsolete as well. So don't go all in on them. They're just not worth it either. But heroes are a good investment. It's just you have to invest in the right heroes. So I think it's safe to invest, in Bors and Gorlois and King Arthur's Soul and Lancelot because they're new. And like I'm even kind of tempted to say Evaine because she just doesn't seem like she's going anywhere. But I'm probably going to get bit for that because I've already invested a lot in her. um, but that's kind of it. I wanted to make a condensed video and just kind of get to the point. I hope this helped you. And if you want to see more videos like it, please consider leaving a like or a comment or maybe even subscribing. I will be making more King of Avalon related content and probably some tech stuff as well. If you think I missed something or you have feedback or just disagree with my thoughts, please share. I'm always willing to learn more or see how other people see it. So until next time, thank you, and I hope to see you soon.